Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Victoria.
Welcome to another Feel It Real Fun for you.
That's right. Ooh.
On the 1st of Jan 2022.
So I want y'all to vote.
Vote what?
Who's having
voting.
Who's having the most fun? By the way, isn't it funny how they said when was election day? Like 10 days ago, 9 days ago, 7, I don't even know.
Yeah,
but they said, finally, there'll be something in the news besides the election. The election is over. We can get back to the dumb shit. Radio. Yeah. Oh, I've looked on the news. Right? The dumb shit hasn't changed.
No.
Yep. Anyway.
So
Victoria.
It's Neville Goddard's Affirmations. He didn't do affirmations.
Oh, hey, thanks for tuning in. Visit us at freeneville.com. Doobie-doo darkery.
So go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Yeah, you get the goodies, right? We don't give away the 221 lectures anymore. Just nobody fucking reads them. It's like, and then they want to read them all. It's like, well, I'm looking for the stuff I don't know yet because what I know ain't working. Yeah, radio. Anyway.
Yep. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Now, here's the cool thing with manifestingmasterycourse.com. It's about, remember, your imaginal experience changes your physical experience and your mental experience and your emotional experience. But you need the experiences that change the experiences, and that's where manifestingmasterycourse.com. Anyway, next, Victoria.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
K in the boom, everyone said.
K in the boom.
All right. So, Victoria.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes.
So this all begins with this whole thing of like, how can I waste more time, Mr. 20? Because I notice time and time again, people do these amazing things to get really slow. Like I took a massive fucking comment that was posted with authority in the in our Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard group today. Because I just like, you know what? I can't even let that in there because it's like, do what Neville taught. Use affirmations, watch funny movies, play good music, burn incense, catch your face on fire. And it's like, you know what? I'm just done.
It's
right?
not even real, is it? That can't be real.
That's pretty much it, except for the last bit. But it's like, I can't even let that in there because it's just like, you know what? I'm sorry, dude. You got to dive in a little bit. But we're going to dive into affirmations. We're going to explore Neville Goddard's favorite affirmation. And so on and so forth. So,
okay.
Ready, Victoria?
Yes.
Let us dive in. It all begins with somebody asked Neville a question.
Okay, so the question, this was actually asked of Neville, was it?
Mm-hmm. It's in the 1948 core lectures. We've got the original manuscript right there.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
So someone asked Neville, do you use affirmations and denials?
All right, so this is pretty straight up for the people that go, well, but he talked about Millikan. Well, he did talk about Millikan, right? He didn't say to do what Millikan did because Millikan locked himself in a room for like 20-some hours, right? Just, why? Right? He said if you could move like Millikan moved. He didn't say lock yourself in a room and drive yourself nuts. But anyway, so the question is asked. This is pretty straight up, guys.
Yes.
Right?
And
do
Neville
you
said,
use affirmations and denials? Right? Ready?
Mm.
Let's go, Victoria.
And Neville said, let us leave these schools of thought that use affirmations and denials. The best affirmation and the only effective one is an assumption which in itself implies denial of the former state.
Radio. Notice the words, right? He doesn't say to use a bunch of words. He just says, right? What's he say? An assumption which in itself
is an assumption which in itself implies denial of the former state.
Alrighty. Cool.
So give us an example.
Okay, so I just mentioned in Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard group, somebody's talking about going to the doctor, not going to the doctor kind of thing, and then Jess and I had a little back and forth on it. I don't have room for my day for doctors, so why the fuck would I hear good news from a doctor? You know what? I don't have the room for it. What do I have room for? What am I doing after the show here, Victoria?
Go on swimming then.
And I'm going to go to the pool, right? I'm going to do my kung fu fighting, right? Everybody was kung fu fighting. Right? What else did I do today? I was in the portable disposable hot tub. I did a call. We're going to eat a yummy food. Take a nap. I don't have time to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Right? So, by the way, the disposable hot tub has a little tiny leak in it, right? But due to its construction, it is like absolutely fabulous, right? So, but I need a little patch kit for it, right? And the patch kit place is like 15 minutes that away,
Yes.
right? That away. And I don't,
Oh,
yeah, and I don't
sort
go
of.
that away. I go that away and I only go 4 minutes, right? And
Yes.
so when we went out for Adventure Monday, right? So one of the things that we did on Adventure Monday, I said, Victoria, mind if we stop at the place where they sell the patch kit?
Yes.
And I went in and I bought me a patch kit, right? Now, why do I bring all that up? I don't have room in my day to go buy a patch kit, right? Unless we're already there. So what are you making room in your day for, right? So we'll get back to that, but this is very important. Ask yourself the question, what am I making room in my day for? What am I giving time to? But Victoria, let us continue because this is so good.
And Neville goes on, you do not command things to appear by your words or loud affirmations.
It sounds to me like he's pretty clear here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Such vain repetition is more often than not confirmation of the opposite. Decreeing is ever done in consciousness. That is, every man is conscious of being that which he has decreed himself to be.
alrighty. So I've worked with a lot of people over the years. And one of the things that I notice is like people will indirectly manifest things. For example, they imagine being lonely. And so when they imagine being lonely, and it's like, well, they imagine being lonely and argumentative. So it's like, radio, what can I do? So I'm going to just manifest up going to the doctors 3 times a week, right? Because I can disagree with a doctor.
Then
I
I
can go to
won't be
another
lonely.
doctor. I won't be lonely, right? They'll actually talk to me, right? And it's really good to notice, like, what's the real pattern behind the pattern? You know what I mean? Because, like, when you start nailing, and this is why we explore some of these things in Triple D exclusively, this whole thing of, like, radio, the whole thing with, like, what's the real desire here? The real desire is, like, to have somebody agree with you, to disagree with you, to just get some attention.
Just reminds me of yesterday's quote
Was it?
about arguing in the state, like that's making you.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like, doctor, I swear I've got something wrong with me, right?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is get to what's the real desire. It always comes down to some of those, the combination of those 4 happy chemicals. But here's the thing, right? So in order to do an affirmation, you have to imagine doing an affirmation. See, for me to do a podcast, I have to imagine what implies I did a podcast and surrender to the feeling of the experience of doing a podcast, like we're doing the show today, right? So I don't walk around going, right, so I'm going to make a vision board, right? So I have a vision board that has photos of me doing affirmations, and the affirmations are of me doing a podcast, and the podcast has me talking about doing a show. I mean, all this shit stacked on top of each other just makes a massive shit sandwich. On the other hand, Neville says basically it's continually decreed in consciousness. You're continually surrendering to something. And I really want to know, what do you, I tell you what, I'm going to ask you guys to drop all the sexual shit. Okay, just there's way too fucking much of it, right? Just fucking drop it, right? Just for fun. I got 18 people watching the show. Just drop all the fucking sexual shit, right? That's it. Sorry if I'm offending anybody, but I'm just tired of seeing shit that has nothing to do with the fucking show up there. Got it? So, here's the thing. I don't need to do an affirmation to do that. What I got to do is just enter the state. And the state right now is, I just don't want that shit on the show. Okay? So, back to this here. Whenever you make up your mind, okay, whenever you, honest to God, decide, you know what, this is where I draw the line, you will draw the line. For Millikan, he spent hours and hours and hours buying into repeatedly impressing his subconscious mind forever. And there was just no point to it. On the other hand, Neville taught something very, very simple. You simply surrender to the state of your wish fulfilled. What would imply your wish is fulfilled? What are you? Exactly, Jess. Affirmations usually imply you haven't nailed it yet. They always imply you haven't nailed it yet. Because I don't walk around going, I'm buying peanut butter, I'm buying peanut butter. That's nuts. But if I experience peanut butter, boom, there it is, right there and then. So the whole thing with affirmations, just realize to do an affirmation, you have to imagine doing an affirmation. You're just wasting time doing that. If you can successfully imagine walking around going, I feel foolish and wonderful while doing this, right, then, just go to your real end. And one more. So here's the really cool thing. So I've got big words for Victoria to say, right?
Have you?
Yeah, I do. So
Down here somewhere.
So yeah. All right. Oh my God. So you see that right there? So here's the cool thing. Victoria's going to read something about this FRMI support, right? Now this is what's really cool. Is why do people love wasting time doing dumb shit?
What's fMRI stand for?
Functional MRI, right? It's the MRI that they put you in, and it takes like a movie of what the fuck is going on, right? So Victoria, tell us about what the FRMI says. This is so good.
So observing these responses with fMRI support revealed that the reward centers in the brain.
Here we go. The big words. Ready?
The ventromedial prefrontal cortex and ventral striatum respond to pleasure, visibly increased activity, a result directly attributable to the practice of affirmations.
Now, here's what's cool, guys. Ready? So those same centers light up when you watch The Simpsons if you enjoy The Simpsons. They light up if you enjoy drinking whiskey when you drink whiskey, right? These are the feel-good centers of the brain. In other words, it feels good to walk around saying shit like that, right? It doesn't make anything happen, right? But it feels good. And there's the thing that we really want to know, because feeling it real doesn't always feel good. Feeling it real can feel nasty because people imagine up nasty things. What would imply that I didn't go to the doctor and I died of something that I didn't know that I didn't have, that I could have had, but I could, and all that crazy shit, right? Versus, and again, that's, if you're feeling it real like that, you're going to feel shit centers light up in your brain. Right? Now, I don't know what they're called because they weren't in that book that I quoted from, right? That she quoted from, right?
Yes.
But here's the cool thing. Whenever you really get, it's about, why not imagine up something lovely? Because those same centers will light up and much more when you're actually experiencing what implies your wish is fulfilled. And just be done with that. And you'll notice what happens with all that. Again, why do people join Me Too clubs? It's essentially nothing more than a multi-person affirmation. Oh, it happened to you. It happened to me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. And then suddenly everybody feels happy that they feel like shit.
Yeah.
Right? So how simple can you let it be? Just how simple can you let it be? So, Neville Goddard's affirmation. It didn't have words. It was all about that surrender to the state of your wish fulfilled, what implies it. And so, Victoria.
So, tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bits? What was yours, Twente?
Mine was really, it's this whole thing of the simplicity and directness. Yeah, one of the reasons why people chase affirmations and then vision boards and incense and other things else is there's got to be something else I need to add in. Versus what's the pearl? The pearl has you actually get, it's my experience that leads my experience. Yeah, boom, done. And you? It was the ventromedial prefrontal cortex.
No, it was not that. Well, probably actually you saying what you said. Being simple, direct. This is how it's going to go. So,
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it. Draw your lines in the sand. It makes a massive difference, because otherwise it's the continual chase of more. I want more to be in your day. It's sort of like the post that showed up the other day, the good one, where it's like, well, shouldn't we be able to manifest up living 10 times longer or whatever? Like people get into these different things, and the other posts show up, and it's like, does it really matter how long you live if you're not really living in your day? What are you giving time to? What are you allowing to sprawl in there? And like I said, if you got time for doctors, what don't you have time for?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're collecting. So. All right, Victoria.
Okay, so that was our hashtag strawberry bits. While you type in yours, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
That's right. Sign up. If thing goes to the other place, drag it into the place where it belongs. Click the thing, and you'll get the goop.
You'll understand all of that.
That's right.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
By the way, that's how I feel sometimes whenever I read people's posts about, well, like, do your affirmations, be thankful for what you have, put on some good movies, make a list of your good movies in case the good movies. And it's like, yeah, gibbity goppity goppity gibbity gibbity goppity goop. Just, But anyway, manifestingmasterycourse.com.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That is the rightness, Victoria. Everyone said it shall prevail.
Yes.
Not
That's
me.
right.
I don't say anything. That rose is really nice. You see him out there?
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
Not many out there now because it's basically...
The rose is very nice.
Winter.
The rose is very nice. The rose is very nice.
Okay, you guys.
What was it from Fight Club? His name was... his name was Robert Paulson. His name was Robert Paulson.
All right.
His name was... All right. Love you guys. Have a lovely day. Boom.